We lost everybody, Isabella. Which wiggle's that? Oh, we got somebody back. Sorry, guys. I had somebody call me and then the live stream closed itself down. I'm not very good with technology. Working. There we go. We've got the wiggles on, which is apparently pretty mesmerising. 4 people back. We're slowly getting everybody back. G'day, Tom. How are you, mate? David Ulrich. Ulrich, have you seen A Knight's Tale? Ulrich von Liechtenstein from Gelderland. Gelderland. Yeah, that's Dorothy. Here we are. Yeah, I'm back. Sorry, I had somebody call me. Got godparents around, wanting to visit Isabella. Can I show some snakes? I don't have any snakes in the house. Sorry. Hang on. Say bye, Isabella. I do have something I can show you. Ooh, sorry, I'm back. Oh no, you want to come back to Dad. Yeah, so I don't have any snakes inside the house, but I do have Spike, the bearded dragon, who doesn't actually live inside, but because we had friends here last night, the kids wanted to see some lizards. And we've got Spyro, the frill-neck dragon. More reptile-y. I am going to be doing some videos today. I'm on daddy duties, so I can't take out some snakes, but at the moment, I'm planning to do a video on our King Brown snake. So one on mulga snakes. I want to do a video on burrowing animals and talk about, well, particularly with us, the wombat, but how important burrowing animals are in the ecosystem, and talk about some papers and stuff that I found. And I had another one written down. I can't remember. But yeah, the other thing I wanted to be doing is, I don't know if you guys watch Camp Kinnon. I'm sure you all do. But once a month I do a video for the Camp Kinnon Army, and I need a topic to cover this. What? Do you want the lizards? I think somebody else wants the lizards. Look. Where's the lizards? Whoop. Love Camp Kinnon. Yeah, well, if you watch all Camp Kinnon's videos, Kinnon's showed some interest in catching up with us in February when he visits Australia. So make sure you comment on Kinnon's channels that you want him to catch up with us. Probably going to get my first snake early next year. Going to get a children's python. Children's are good. I'll pop these guys back. Sorry. Yeah, children's pythons are a great starter. Funny story, they're called children's pythons not because they're good for children, which they are, because they were discovered by a man called John Children. But they're a good starting snake. They're small, but they're not so small, they're fragile. Yeah, I like children's pythons, they're hard to fault. Stimson's pythons, I think, have all the same attributes, but are a little bit, maybe prettier. Really want to get the marble morph. Yeah, I'm not hugely into colour morphs myself, but I can see that there's some pretty animals. Oh, so itchy. Need a tissue. Excuse me. What's wrong, my Isabella? Where's Cam? Where's the dog? Ugh. Excuse me. Hay fever season. What do I think about pygmy pythons? I love pygmy pythons. I had one and it passed away and I haven't figured out why. So I'm desperately trying to get some more pygmy pythons. If you haven't, you know me wildlife brothers, I'm not very quick reading. If I haven't already, covered the diverse adaptations of Aussie lizards evolved to defend themselves, frillnecks, bearded dragons, etc., etc. Yeah, I could. That's a good one. Yeah, might have to. The smallest python in the world? Yeah, the pygmy python. Or anthill python. Is, I think, was its more traditional name until recently. Yeah, they're very, very cool snakes. Very fragile as babies, though. Like, you got to force feed them mouse tails to get them going. But I do want another pair of pygmy pythons. So if you know somebody, get them to send them my way. You want one too? Who else have we got out there? I think I've lost a lot of yous when we lost our video, but yeah. So yeah, the other thing I think I mentioned before, but I don't know if you guys have checked out our Patreon account yet, but we've got a Patreon up and going. It doesn't look as pretty as it should. I've got to do an introduction video for it and stuff. But if you have any friends and family who might want to help our channel come along, what our first real goal is, there's a few smaller goals, be able to do some road trips to Melbourne to film at Lilydale High School and stuff, because it costs me $100 every time I drive to Melbourne. But what one of our main goals, how about the pygmy banded Stimson's pythons? Yeah, they're interesting. I don't know, well, at the moment they're still Stimson's pythons, but there's some talk about maybe there's something different. I'm sure there's a herpetologist in Park Orchard somewhere who's working on that. But yeah, our first real goal is I'm about to start building a new reptile shed. I've got the earth moving gear and I've cleared the spot where it's going, and it's near the house. Because currently, the reason I can't show you guys snakes in live streams is I'm on a farm. We don't have phone reception once you walk outside the house, or plus or minus sort of 10, 20 meters. And my reptile shed's further than that, so I don't have phone reception in the reptile shed. So I want to move the shed to a new spot for a couple of reasons. I want to have phone reception for a safety point of view. From handling venomous snakes, I prefer to have phone reception. But also, I'd like to be able to do live streams from in the reptile shed, feeding things. The problem is I've bought I've got all the equipment for the shed. Just the concrete slab is going to cost me $2,000. And then I've got to get a Sparky to come in and do the electrical work. Everything else I can do myself. I can put the shed up. I'm going to insulate it, plasterboard it all inside. So it's going to be a proper tailor-made reptile shed rather than just the shed that was on the property when we bought it. And it'll be close enough to the house that, yeah, I can do a bit of a little studio in there and do live streams, not from my couch with the Wiggles in the background. So yeah, if you know anybody who wants to help out with that, make sure you point them to our Patreon page, because it's going to take me a while. We've got to go now. No worries, guys. Yeah, we'll definitely have to work together in the future. Hopefully some other people here can tell us what they'd like to see of yours, and we can, yeah, get some good collaborations going. Who else is out there still? Otherwise, we'll head off before long. Whoop. Smallest python in the world, pygmy Stimson pythons. We've got a bunch of different people who I had for the first one. So, are we a mix of American and Australian people? We got anybody from anywhere else? Canada. G'day. In South Australia. Where in South Australia? Adelaide? I'm not far from Mount Gambier. I do a few shows in Mount Gambier. And I have to visit, I want to visit Adelaide when I get a chance, because I've got some friends there who run Animals Anonymous, which is a wildlife demonstrations business like me. But they've got some amazing animals. They've got western pygmy possums and a yellow-footed rock wallaby they're hand-raising. And he also runs his own podcast called the Aussie Wildlife Show. So, yeah, check that out. Cutting in and out again. Oh, I'm sorry. We got bad reception here. 30 minutes from Mount Gambier. Millicent, my boo, our baby wombat. She was actually orphaned between Millicent and Mount Gambier. So you're not far from me at all. Well, in country driving terms. I have a pet eastern blue tongue and he climbs behind the rock. Yeah, I got a few eastern blue tongues, but they're all captive born, but they're pretty well wild blue tongues. They live in a big outdoor enclosure, and I just have the one or two that I keep indoors for demonstrations. Great connection for me. Oh, well, there we go. Maybe it's not on my end. I don't know. What's up, my fine dude? The roof's up. What's down, my friend? Wall decoration. Oh. Great connection. Oh, there you go. At least some of us have a good connection. Sorry, Shannon. I don't know what's going on there. As I said, we'll get this new shed going. We can organise some proper Wi-Fi and stuff, and have live streams from in the reptile shed. Great stream, Nick. I gotta go. Talk soon. No worries, matey. Have a good weekend. I'll be going before long too. I've got to get these videos done. I just can't go playing with king brown snakes while Isabella's crawling around my feet. That would be bad parenting. Don't you reckon? So, we've asked before what videos you'd want us to do for maybe Camp Kennan. Hi, Ash Thippy 3. How are you? I've asked what videos you'd like to see on the Camp Kennan Army channel. Is there any other animals I've got that you'd like me to talk about more in depth? What do you call a magic owl? I don't know. What do you call a magic owl? I'm good. That's good to hear. That's what I want to hear. Houdini. Oh, was Houdini magic or was he an illusionist? Who knows? Oh, you just want to be the star, don't you? She thinks she's so cool. She's pretty cute. Say hello, YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Oh, how is Boo doing? Very well. Boo is doing very well. She's probably enjoying having a weekend off doing shows. Yeah, she's happy. Growing. She's got to be 14 or 15 kilos now. I'm filming a video with Boo today. Please get out the diamond carpet python. I can't get out any snakes here. I'm not allowed snakes inside the house. My partner's terrified of them, which is funny because we have 60 snakes. Yeah. Most of the top 5 most venomous snakes on earth. Do you want to come to Dad? You want to be on? Say hello. But I will try and get out the diamond and do a video with it at some point in time. She is in a video that we did maybe 2 months ago on hibernation versus brumation. So where do I live? I live in Hamilton, or just out of Hamilton. Yeah. I did a video on brumation. What other animals you're not allowed into? Well, basically I was allowed to set up one enclosure in the house. So it's the frill neck enclosure. I've got a bearded dragon bunking in there at the moment just because we had friends over and their kids wanted to pat a bearded dragon. And it was like 10 o'clock when they left. I'm like, I'm not walking outside in the cold and the rain to put him back in there. So he's bunking in there. I do actually have, if you want to hold on 1 second, I do have 2 other animals inside the house. And these are pretty cute. I was in Hamilton the other day, yeah. Everybody likes Hamilton. Not really, there's not much going on in Hamilton. We're coming back. So I do have 2 other animals inside the house, and it's these guys. So they're baby wood ducks. They're captive bred. Obviously, we can't take anything out of the wild. So I've got a pair of them, and we had about 6 eggs, 4 hatched, and I pitched 2 to bring inside. Basically, I want to get really friendly. Why did the baby cross the road to get to the other side? Basically, I want to get these 2 really friendly so that, I can have a native duck that sits on somebody's hand because it was duct taped to the chicken. Very funny. So yeah, these guys, I'm hoping will be friendly enough to take to demonstrations and things. Teach people about, the whole duck hunting argument and stuff like that. Whoop. So yeah, that and Cam, one of my 6 dogs is... Cam, say hello. Oh, you're such a Suki dog. Do I know any good dad jokes? No. Well, I don't know. I'm full of them normally, but I'm not good on the spot. What are these, Isabella? These two don't even have names, actually. Our Australians should know what a wood duck is when it grows up. They're sort of like a silvery colour with a brown head. A dark brown head on the boys and a light brown head on the girls. But we don't know if they're boys or girls yet. But yeah, we're hoping they grow up nice and friendly. Hello. You want the ducks, not me. So yeah, Cam is not normally inside, but we got 6 dogs because I work on a farm, and she's sort of my dog in charge. She's getting older, so she's allowed inside from time to time. The others are strictly outdoors. But like, how can you not find that cute? Can I give a shout out to Reptiles and More YouTube? I suppose. I don't know what the channel's like, guys, but go check out Reptiles and More YouTube. Name one Charlie. I could probably name one Charlie. Charlie works well, actually. It could be for a boy or a girl. Yeah. I'll remember that. What? Call one Angus. I've got to wait until I know if they're a boy. I can't have a girl called Angus. I'd look silly. Oh. Come to Dad then. Come here. Hang on. Did I know if I laid all my veins and arteries I'd be dead? Yeah. Except, would you be dead before you got a chance to do it? Would somebody else have to lay the veins and arteries? Gentle. Gentle. Mate, go and subscribe to Reptiles and More. Well, I've told everybody to. I can't do it while I'm doing a live stream, but I will when I get a chance. I'm going to go pop these ducks back. I've only got so many hands, Isabella. Dad's coming back. Check it out. Dad's coming back with the box of cookies. The magical box of cookies. Got easy hands. There we go. That should buy us another minute or two. Oop. Bloody Melbourne weather. You could have a girl called Angus. It's your daughter's name. Sorry. Hello, Angus. I'm sorry if you're a girl with the name Angus, but yeah, I might not call one Angus. What kind of cookies? TikToks. I don't know if you get these in the rest of the world. The old TikTok Bicky. You know, you don't need another one. You've still got one in your hand. How about a rice Bicky? The rice Bicky. Healthy and she doesn't even know it. Yeah, the TikToks are good. The thing is, I only eat the white ones. TikToks, everybody in Australia knows the TikToks. They're sort of like the Tim Tam for, yeah, the common folk. Aren't they, Isabella? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cam, come up here. My other daughter, get up here. You've got to find the right channel. It's the one with the VHS Reptile Expo video. Oh yeah, I'll have a look. I go to the Reptile Expo every year. Hi, Gay, how are you? I'm good, thanks. How are you? Hello to everybody. No, I was joking. I don't have a daughter called Angus. Phew, I would have felt really bad because it's a terrible name for a girl. Yet, you can call your daughter whatever you like, but I'm not calling my female duck Angus. Cam, that's the back of your head. Come here. God, you wouldn't believe she's a working dog. The working dog in charge too. G'day, Drummond. How are you, mate? I did try and put this little alert thingy up on YouTube that I was going to be doing a live, but I used to have a friend and her name was Angus. Well, there you go. Maybe it's common somewhere else. I don't think so, but man's best friend. Yeah, she goes all right. Like I said, we've got another 5 dogs outside, but she's the only one. She's older. She's more sensible. She can be inside. And some of the other work dogs aren't good with kids. I'm good. It's good to hear my voice again. Glad somebody likes it. Did you know I never actually watch a video after I press publish? If I have to watch it to answer your comments, because obviously that's important. I try to answer as many comments as I can. I do it with the volume down because I hate my voice so much. Which, people wouldn't believe because of how much talking I do. But nobody likes their voice on camera, do they? Nobody. You love it. Well, I'm going to keep doing videos, so you'll keep getting to hear it, I suppose. But yeah, Cam certainly is man's best friend. I've got 6 dogs all up. I've got her, I've got Spud, the other coolie. I've got Poe, another coolie. And we've got Missy, a Kelpie. So they're 4 working dogs. And then I've got Aztec, the dingo. And Duke, who's a Malamute. True for me, a woman's best friend. Yeah, I don't think the dogs mind. They'll be friends with anybody. Snakes are a man's best friend. Cam, get down. Come on, get off. Get off. Away you go. Go look after Isabella. Yeah. What's Isabella doing? She's being babysat by my faithful babysitter. Where's Isabella? Yeah. So Isabella's here, which is why I'm inside. I'm going to be doing some videos. Love the channel, mate. Reptiles and more. Thank you. I've got to check yours out as well. I didn't know. I only heard about it today. But yeah, me and Isabella are on daddy duty because it's the first day off. Don't you eat that Bicky, Cam. It's the first day off I've had in since I got out of hospital. So a month or more. And I'm going to be doing some videos this afternoon, but I can't go outside and film videos while I'm watching Isabella. So I thought I'll do a live in here. I'll ask what you guys want to see in a video. And then I'll spend the afternoon filming some videos. Busy. Diamond puns are really cool. I was saying earlier, I'm in the process of working towards keeping as many reptiles outdoors as I can. And I'd like to get some more diamond pythons and southwest carpet pythons. And the other thing I really would like to keep, because I've been looking at their distribution. They're found as far south as Albany, which has basically the same climate as here. They're about a month out. Our coldest period is July and their coldest period is June or August. But the temperatures are pretty well the same. So I'd like to keep southwestern carpets and diamond carpets outdoors. And I'm even tempted to keep my Murray Darlings outside down here. They are, but don't do really good in diamond pythons. Yeah, well, diamond pythons I think they're hardy enough, but they're harder to keep up north. You don't want to overheat them. What state am I from? I'm Victoria. Yeah, I live in southwest Victoria, out in Hamilton. In captivity, I think diamonds do very well in captivity, in my opinion. But they're much easier in their natural range. So, we kept diamonds in Townsville, and we kept them on a false bottom enclosure, like an enclosure without a floor on it, and we kept them on the concrete, so they were really cool. Down in Victoria, they do very well. They're just as easy to keep as other carpet pythons in captivity down here. Cam, don't you eat that Bicky. My Sia's not shed in 6 months. Is Sia your diamond, is she, or? Well, you've lost the Bicky now, Isabella. It's your fault. Where'd it go? Kids. You're in Port Fairy, really? Oh, we might have to catch up. I keep wanting to go to Tower Hill, but I never have time. I did the school fete in Port Fairy on Sunday. I was at St. Patrick's school fete. I was told to keep her temps up. Yes, she's a diamond. I don't know. Got me stumped on that one. Without seeing her and everything, it's hard to say. But if she's doing everything else fine, I wouldn't stress that she's not shedding her skin. Like, if she's healthy and happy and, you know, if she's young and she's growing, I wouldn't worry. A couple of big feeds will often push. I was given an olive python once with really bad scarring. And we fed him larger prey than normal for a couple of months. And yeah, that pushed him into shedding more frequently. What temps do I keep? My diamonds, from memory, it's 29 degrees up the warm end rather than 32 like everybody sort of keeps their other carpets. And their lights turn off at night. My diamonds drop down to local room temperature at night time. You know, they're the coolest climate of all the pythons in Australia. So, like, they found the Blue Mountains. So yeah, I keep them fairly cool, really. But I'm going to be moving to keeping them outdoors. I'm jealous because the pet shops in Victoria have Brennan's diamonds. Yeah, our pet shops can't sell frill necks. They can only sell basic licensed reptiles, which is basically all of it but frill necks. She's 3.5 months old. They had her at 29. Vet said it was too low. Oh, I don't know. It's too low as far as classic, like, I don't know your vet and how much reptile experience they've had. It's cooler. Been to the inspectors in Warrnambool. No, I haven't. Years, not months, have I worked with spiders. I've done a tiny bit with spiders. Oh, somebody was asking something before about venomous snakes. Whoop. Let me find the comment again. Do I keep venomous snakes? Yes, I have a couple of venomous snakes. Tigers and red bellies and king browns and eastern browns and taipans. And a couple, yeah. I used to keep even more. I had death adders and coastal ties. Insectary. Is there an insectary in Warrnambool? I don't know. I've never been. Yeah, I've never been. I'll have to go have a look. Can I come to Millicent High School? I can if somebody books me. Unfortunately, I can't do shows for free that aren't very close to home because my permits and my insurance. Try ringing an insurance company and they say, what do you do? And you say, well, I work with snakes and children. And they hang up on you straight away. So my insurance cost me an arm. Where'd the cookie go? You gave it to the dog. But yeah, I'd love to come to Millicent High School if you guys would have me. We're going to the insectary. I'll have to Google it and look it up. Hang on, let me bring that comment back up. Must ask, is there an aspect of my facility that's public? No, I'm not open to the public. I live out in a small country town. So, Mum, that was a mum. I'm Dad. Dad. There you go. Yeah, no, I can't be open to the public. I mean, I'm in a small country town. It's not like I'd get enough visitors to be open all the time, you know. If you're sitting there waiting for people to come in, don't you give that to the dog. And nobody comes, I've lost a day's wages. Also, as soon as people come on your property, you're a zoo, not a demonstrator, and you need public toilets and a fence and all these sorts of things. Do you want to do a collab? Yeah, potentially. I didn't know there's any other reptile YouTubers out here. I'll have to... We'll talk about that. We'll catch up for sure. We can do something. I keep meaning to go... I've got to go to Melbourne when I get time to do a collaboration with Jake from Aussie Reptiles. He keeps asking me to come to Lilydale High School, and I keep saying, I keep asking to go to Lilydale High School, actually. And, you know, Melbourne's 4 hours away from me, so I can't just duck down there any day. And I work 7 days a week. So, one day I'll get down to Lilydale High School, do a show. Or do a video, I should say. Now you're just teasing the dog. 17 people out there. Come up to Queensland. I'd love to come to Queensland. I might be going to Queensland next year. I don't know. Also, just for the memes, can you say... No. Sorry. I should go to the VHS. Whoop. Hang on. You should go. Yeah, I'll be going to the VHS Expo. I haven't missed a VHS Expo since they started, with the exception of one where I was living in North Queensland. So that was rough. Sorry. But yeah, I'll be there. I'll only be there for a few hours in the morning though, because Branksome Rodeo is on the same night every year, and I ride at Branksome Rodeo. So I'll be going. Where is the Reptile Expo? It's at the Melbourne Showgrounds. Yeah, bit of a drive for you, Tom, but it's well worth it. It's a very cool show. I don't know if you've got any expos in South Australia. You have the Wildlife Expo in Adelaide, but it's been cancelled the last 2 years, which is a shame. Could be a good show, but you know, nobody wants to do it. But yeah, I'll be at the VHS Expo for sure. Feb 3rd. No, it's March. It's always in March. First Saturday of March. Yeah, March 4th from memory. Yeah. It's always in March, I know that much, because it and Branksome Radio are on the same night, or same day every year. Do I ride emus? Yeah, hold on to the buggers' little necks. And no, I hop on bulls. Yeah. Got to get your kick somehow. What were you saying? I've come up to Queensland, yeah. So I might be going to Queensland. Kenan Harkin from Camp Kenan has said that he'd like to maybe catch up when he's in Australia, but he doesn't know if he can get to Victoria. So he said maybe we can meet along the way. So I might be going to Queensland if we can make it happen. So I need all you guys to, you know, gently remind Kenan on his comments that, you know, we need to catch up with Wicked Wildlife. Very wholesome. I do amazing work. Thank you. What's your favourite animal you own? Boo, the wombat, would probably be the one that I'm sort of the most, you know, attached to. She gives you all mushy feelings because she loves me. I love all my reptiles, but they don't care about me all that much compared to something like Boo, who, you know, she's a mammal. She's been bottle raised. She looks at me as a parent. So yeah, I've got a real soft spot for Boo. I love all my animals, but yeah, she's the one that follows me around the place. Cam, I don't even count Cam as a pet. She's a work friend, and Camp Kenan got to catch up with reptiles and more. Can you show us her? I can't bring Boo inside. Not without walking outside in the weather, and I can't leave Isabella for that long. But there's plenty of videos on my channel with Boo the wombat. And I'm going to be filming one later this afternoon on the importance of burrowing animals in the ecosystem. And, you know, the main burrowing animal I own is Boo. So I'm filming a video with Boo as well, because I do a few live streams, but as fun as they are, because I like catching up with you all, I also, you know, I don't want to not do the serious, you know, the wildlife questions and conservation issues and stuff. So yeah, I'll be doing a video with Boo this afternoon that'll probably be out on Wednesday morning, Australian time. You're a crazy baby. What's one of my favourite snakes I own? Scrub pythons. I've only got a young scrub python, but scrubbies are my favourite species of python, other than like the Owen Pally, which I'm never going to get to an Owen Pally. First wild animal I owned that started my farm. Oh, like, we're not allowed to catch animals out of the wild. When I was like 4, I used to catch garden skinks and put them in plastic tubs on the windowsill, and I'd try and feed them different things, and that wouldn't work. I'd let them go and catch another batch. So you're not allowed to do that. I didn't know that when I was 4. And the first licensed reptile I had when I was 15, I got a ridge-tailed goanna. By the time I was 16, I had a crocodile, and by the time I was 18, I had taipans. Yeah, as far as the farm goes, I already worked on another farm, so I had working dogs. I don't know if that's what you're after, but yeah, I had to have dogs for work. You can't work on a farm without some good dogs. And when I bought my own place, we just got some sheep. That's what I do when I was younger. Yeah, I think, you know, the rules are there for an important reason. Because they can't make one rule for somebody and one rule for somebody else. So they said you can't catch stuff out in the wild, because they don't want Joe Blogs to go and catch 400 snakes and sell them. But they're not going to, you know, come down hard on a kid who's catching a blue-tongued skink to look at it for a few days, really. What were we asking before? Urbanisation. What's my opinion on urbanisation and its threats to wildlife? I think it's a massive issue, obviously. I do think that people use it as a cop-out to not address the cat issue. You know, if you go on to any Facebook post and people talk about feral cats, and there'll be somebody who loves cats, and that's fine. You're entitled to like cats. I'm not a cat person, but I can see the appeal. And a lot of people who are against culling cats will say, "Oh, but we do all this damage in urban areas," and it's true. We do massive damage in localized areas. Most of our extinctions thus far have been arid species, way out in the desert where urbanization isn't an issue. So it's a huge issue, but it shouldn't cut out the other issues. The main thing with urbanisation, I think, is how we go about it. It's inevitable. People have to live somewhere. But, I used to work for a landscaping company doing the gardens in housing developments. And they have a requirement to put 2 trees. There's no requirement about what they are. They've got to be a certain height. They can't be too big. Whereas really, they should be putting a line of trees along their fence lines. And it means that, sure, it sucks that there's 20,000 houses there, but if you've got a line of trees running through each fence line, wildlife, a lot of wildlife. Unfortunately, the kangaroos are still going to have a hard time, but the possums, the koalas, all these sorts of things can still move from one end of the housing estate to the other, from one section of bush to the other section of bush. So, yeah, urbanisation is a huge issue. There's lots of things that we can do to minimise that impact, but it's never going to be zero. I don't know if that's the answer you wanted. Complex, but, there is... India is a good example. India is one of the highest populations on Earth, and they have an amazing diversity of wildlife. Because culturally, while poaching and things are an issue, culturally they feel an obligation to put up with their animals and to look after them. That was brilliant. There we go. Well, yeah, I have a tendency to ramble, so I wasn't sure if you're asleep on the other end of the line. But, if you look at India, they've got leopards on the outskirts of their capital cities. There is no reason why we can't, with a bit of foreplanning and things, have relatively wildlife-friendly urban areas. Anyway, guys, what I might do, I might start wrapping it up there. Whoop. I'll check that I haven't missed anybody else's questions or anything. But, and Camp Kennan got to catch up with reptiles and more. Well, yeah, you can try. I don't think Kennan's able to get down to us, because, here we go. Sorry, I put the baby down. I don't think Kennan's able to get to southwest Victoria. He's looking at visiting Queensland and Darwin. But he wants to come as far south as Sydney. Who knows? If we've got enough material for him down here, maybe he will. But he's, I imagine, a pretty busy guy. So, yeah. Couple of things for us before we leave, guys. Remember, please visit the Camp Kennan channel. Tell him you want to see Wicked Wildlife on there. And if you haven't already, check out our Patreon page, patreon.com/Wicked Wildlife. We've got a couple of people on there already. Thank you very much to Sally and Ruby. For helping us out every month, because that's basically going towards building our new reptile shed that we can live stream out of, so we can have more exciting live streams than my couch. What was that last question? What's my plan if and when cane toads come down here? Hopefully they won't get this far south. I'm certainly not saying it's impossible. There's nothing an average person can do. You can go and pick up as many toads as you like. I used to live in Townsville, and we picked up thousands and thousands and thousands of toads. Biological control is the most likely thing to work. Well, they have reached Canberra, but they're not recorded just north of Canberra, which makes us and Parks and Wildlife think that the ones that were found in Canberra are probably transported to Canberra, like in caravans or something. To move further south, what we've seen so far with them is if you pick one up from Darwin and move it to Victoria, it's not going to survive. It's too cold, it's too much of an adjustment. If they move their way down, generation by generation, each generation gets a little bit more cold tolerant, and that is how they might get here. So it's certainly not impossible. But yeah, removing them individually, killing them individually, it doesn't actually make a difference, unfortunately. One female has 60,000 eggs. there has been some interesting controls. Professor Rick Shine has discovered that they're actually attracted to their own toxin. And rather than catching them at the toad level, he's designed a trap for their tadpoles. And he's able to catch thousands and thousands of cane toad tadpoles. And luckily, the native frogs aren't attracted by this toxin. So you can set this trap in your farm dams and your ponds, catch all the tadpoles, because that's the only way we're going to get, well, we're never going to get rid of them, but the only way we're going to start making a dent on their numbers is large-scale stuff. Because, you know, we catch them all except for 2 toads. In 10 years, they're back, you know. We need to catch the tadpoles. So it's some good stuff. Somebody will learn to make fertilizer or something out of them. They'll be worth money and suddenly they'll disappear, you know. Have I worked with cassowaries? Yes, I worked with 2 cassowaries, Yarrabah and, I can't remember the girl's name now, up in Townsville. Anyway, guys, like I said, thanks for watching. I'm going to sign off. I do have some videos I want to do for you guys today. I'll get the wombat out, some king brown snakes out, that sort of thing. Yeah, check out that Patreon page, visit Camp Kennan, and our friends here, Gotta Love Carpet Pythons, Reptiles and More, Aussie Reptiles, Wildlife Brothers, all our friends with other channels. Check them out. Have a good one and take care, guys.